Hi, gorgeous loves. So, the healing journey isn't always apparent. When you call in for peace and calm and clarity, it may seem that your very world gets completely disrupted. Or if you're calling in more love, the very thoughts that seem to keep you separate or experiences seem to be the very things that come up. Now, those experiences are valid. They make sense because what is coming up is that your external experiences imprint your internal belief systems. So, the places that you felt separate, the places that you have felt are separate from the wholeness or the love that you are that is seeking this healing. Those are the very things and the reasons why they're coming up. Now, on a subconscious level, they're coming up because they're also subconscious survival patterns and belief systems that have helped you do just that, to cope and to survive, to get through these things. They were necessary at those moments. And the brilliant part about your subconscious survival patterns is that you don't even have to think about them or figure them out for them to occur. When you're in a situation, your subconscious is taking in everything, whether you know it or not, and then creates survival patterns and coping mechanisms to do just that, to cope and to survive. So they're really beautiful. Neuroscience has found that 95% of our lives are run by our subconscious survival programs. So it's both beautiful, but at the same time, 95% being run by this coding, these programs essentially that are coding programs through situations, circumstances, experiences where the self is placed in a state that it needs to survive. So essentially, it's operating from these places where the self is fractured. Now, this wounding, this fractured, any wounding is really a separation from the whole self. So if 95% of your life is being run by these old coded programs that have the understanding, fractured self, not safe self, like piece of the self that needs to cope in order to get through this, well, then that's the only place in which it can keep existing. This is where it can get frustrating, right? Because that 5% consciousness that's like, I want to change, or I want this to be different, it can feel frustrating because when you're calling in healing, or when you're intentionalizing that or taking that journey, it seems like, wait a minute, I was calling in this healing, I was calling in for this change, and what seems to be coming up is the very things that I'm trying to move on from. And that's just like, that's a piece right there that is fractured in our society because we've so been taught and imprinted that the very things, how we grow, how we heal, is to let go of something, to just like let go, just to like move on from it, to keep going. And if we're continually trying to move forward with just the good parts, just that good state, just the place where we're supposed to be, we're moving forward with only a fractured part, the fractured part of the self. And the same things keep showing up. The beautiful part about when things keep showing up is that each time it really offers an opportunity to go deeper, to have a deeper understanding, to heal it deeper, to have an experience in a way that maybe we were unable to, or told that we couldn't, or didn't have access to at that point. Because each of those places that are coming up are the very places that we are seeking that healing in. And when we're seeking healing, it's not for the places that know. It's not about knowing, I'm loved and I'm whole. It's for the parts that don't know. It's for the parts that are fractured from that understanding, from that flow, from that connection. And so these places, it's not about discarding them. It's more about the integration of the remembrance of that wholeness. And they come up because they're still operating off of that old coding, off of that understanding, again, from that experience. And those external experiences imprint those internal belief systems. So to notice when these things are coming up, where it can feel like, same shit, different day, things are never changing, this always happens, this always occurs again. Each moment, it's offering an opportunity to see, how is it that we greet it? How is it our rapport? Because these are the things, what are the thoughts? Is it judgment? Are we judging them? Are we criticizing them? Say it comes to love. Maybe we've been taught that, you have to do certain conditions in order to get love, or you have to be a certain way, or if you show up, or you have to look a certain way, or you have to, again, that's a conditional that it's based on others and it can be taken away. What is our belief systems that are valid from the experiences that we've had, that are believing this fractured state, that are operating from this fractured of, okay, I'll cope to do this, ... to do this, ... And most of the time, we're not even aware of it on a conscious level. So these very things that seem the opposite of healing are actually a part of that really sacred and potent, beautiful process, because it's not an overnight thing. How long, how many lifetimes, how many generations have these belief systems, these fractured belief systems, been operating? And again, beautifully out of survival, out of coping. They were needed at some point, but they're no longer serving. They become the very things that block us from that deeper expression and understanding of the wholeness of who we are. And the healing journey is through, it's through, again, the places that don't know. It's through these places so that the integration can have a deeper understanding of actually the wisdom that occurs within those pain places. So the wounded places may feel like they're for nothing, yet they're actually these initiation portals and pathways, in a sense, that when you've experienced something, it's not about a book knowledge, it's not about some intellectual, understanding of it. It's the experiential knowledge that transpires. It's something that is deeper than just somebody showing or telling you about it. It's that you know it within you. So the wounded places also hold this really deep wisdom that is often left unaccessed, undigested, unactivated, in a way to just be a pain point that we continually push away or don't want to look at, because it's the very things, maybe it's the fears that come up. What if it's true? What if all the fears and the things that I've been told, what if I'm not enough? What if? And it's all of these external things that can continually build up and muck the internal truth of that deep connection. So part of that journey, part of the things that feel yucky and feel icky and feel contracting, are really about drawing inwards towards the self, towards that deep knowing, so that it can integrate and activate with the wisdom of the places that feel separate, of the places that don't know, so that that alchemy can occur. Because that's where the depths of the healing occur. That's where the depths of the humanity of your experiences alchemize with that deep knowing, that direct connection to your spirit essence, to yourself. And a part of the things in our culture and society is we project these like singular definitions and box and molds onto so many things, whether it's words or people or our world. Yeah, look at our world. Look at the varieties and the animals and the plants, and even the varieties and the species and the thousands of types within that, and colors and hues and frequencies and sounds and vibrations and music and colors and even languages, how many languages, and even the inflections and the symbols, and like just so many limitless ways that life and love and living is meant to be expressed. And it's the layers, it's the depths, it's the experiential understanding of these things, of the places that don't know, that forget, that don't remember, that bring in that deeper wisdom to unfold, to like open up and expand in a way that is beyond what we can try to define, what we can try to put into a category or a box or a should be or shouldn't be, or these things. There's limitless ways that you're meant to express, and how it is that you're creating within yourself, first and foremost, creating from that internal place, and how it is that you co-create with everything around you, because we're constantly co-creating, right? So even that healing journey, that rapport, the what comes up, how is it that I'm greeting it? How is it that I'm meeting this place of myself? If I'm meeting it with the judgment that I've been told that there's no other space for, then that's the only place in which it can continue to exist, that it can continue to create and that goes into everything. So creation, with your life, your work, your love, your passions, your everything, all of that feeds into everything. So how is it that you're greeting it? Is it that judgment from those external experiences? Is it that, again, what you've been taught? So part of that, the places that are coming up that don't feel good, that feel contracting, are really about drawing inwards to access that deep truth that's within. So I hope this brings you a little deeper understanding and maybe a curiosity in which you can explore what it is that is you're seeking, what it is that you're seeking is seeking you, calling in that healing. If you're looking for more support, I have a 70-minute quantum energy session on contraction medicine, expansion vibes, to really help move that energy behind the physical in a way where that meeting of the self brings you to the expansion and that wholeness of you, of who you are in your essence. And I'm sending so much love into your journey wherever you are. So much love.